don't remember entering this bathroom. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and does everything look mirrored to you? My vision is blurred. I blink my eyes, trying to regain focus. They are dry, and my eyelids are heavy. I close them for a bit. My nose scrunches in distaste. It smells horrible. I blink again. Hey, that helped. Well, a little bit. Maybe we need to try just like rapid fire blinking. Really make our eyes water. Slowly, the clouds of colours start to gain contours, and from the contours, clear shapes form. Oh, it's so much better, but we have been through the wars. Have we got a concussion? Is that why we don't remember entering this bathroom? It is then that I'm greeted with my reflection, who stares back at me. I find myself shaking, from head to toe, uncontrollably and erratically. My heart beats fast, and sweat drips from my forehead. With a more careful look, I find bruises covering my body. Blood drips down my cheek, and my face is scratched. Okay, so we are definitely escaping from someone, right? Anyone could look at me and reach the sensible conclusion I was involved in an accident of sorts. I focus on trying to breathe slowly. In. Out. In. Out. In. I feel out of place, like the wrong piece of a puzzle. You know what else feels a little bit out of place? A t-shirt. I mean, very much we could just prefer baggy clothing. I mean, I get it, that's the most comfiest kind of clothing. I've just got the feeling that it's not our top. I'm really getting the vibes that we were either kidnapped or captured or something and we ran away. It would explain all the injuries. Out. In. A really small piece in a hole, way too big for it. Out. The decrepit bathroom seems to taunt me and my uneasiness. I look at my eyes in the mirror. I do not recall my way here, nor where this is, nor the time of the day. I clench my teeth. Why am I here? What happened? I force myself trying to remember, but nothing comes to mind. I feel a sense of dread spreading. My throat tightens. I focus on the blood running down my cheek and dripping onto the faucet. So I would predict then concussion of some kind, and that's explaining the short-term memory loss. But we've not complained yet about any headaches or blood dripping from my head. It all seems actually quite surface-level injuries, like cuts on our cheek, bruises. I mean, we could have been hit on the head, but I would have thought we'd have mentioned it by now. Tainted red, and thick, and from my blood, I recall more blood. I instinctively shut my eyes. What are you doing? A desperate voice echoes in my head. It's feminine. Bloody hands and stained blonde hair flash on my mind. Answer me! She sounds scared. I feel the need to squeeze my hands. Oh, okay, maybe we're not the victim? Are we gonna be the killer here? What's the current thing in the new movie? In Something Mind, right, when it's just from the perspective of the killer, the brutal mind, I think? Is that us right now? You know, I'm suddenly remembering there was actually a horror movie I watched where one of the kidnapped victims ended up being like the killer at the end of the movie, and she was just faking being one of the victims to get close to the second victim, who I think, from what I remember, she had a crush on. Is that going to be a common situation here as well? I'm just imitating a victim, but I'm not. To break something, I hear a crack. A shiver goes through me. Excitement. No, I tried to remember her face, but I can only picture blonde hair and the blood on it. I open my eyes, pupils dilated. Did I? My eyes travel to my scratches. I feel my heart thumping, panic starting to take over again. I wouldn't. That's not me. How would you know? That damn sentence echoes in my brain. I try to remember my name, my age, where I live, what I like. My mind is blank, void of anything besides the image of my bloody hands. I look deep into my eyes. My reflection stares back at me. Thud. Something seems to hit a store door, startling me. My eyes can't seem to look away from the mirror. I start to hear more noise. I grow restless. My eyes in the mirror seem to entice me in. How would you know? Is this going to be some kind of mirror doppelganger situation going on? Is that a separate entity behind the glass? Again, a menacing voice in my head. No name, no home, no memories, no one looking for you. I feel a pulsating pain in my head. Another thud on a different store this time. A pang so close to my ears. A door slamming. I want to leave this bathroom, but I find myself unable to move. I'm frozen in place. I instinctively grab the mirror harder. My thoughts are all jumbled together. I can't think straight. Like trying to escape this mess, that hazy memory comes afloat again, now more intense. Blood flows in her hair tips, and not only in her hair, her face, her arms, her legs. My body trembles of excitement. Excitement that turns to bliss. Sharp pain runs again through my body, waking me up from this trip. What is happening? This is not real! I shout. Oh, well, maybe I was right about the whole doppelganger situation. And mirror is certainly doing different things than we are. I glance at the mirror. The reflection is now detached from my own body. For some reason, without surprise or thought, I direct my words to my reflection and ask, "Who are you?" A bad person. After responding, it smiles. I was there. The memory that is painfully trying to be remembered. I remember. After all, it was me that did it. His speech emanates vileness. I feel repulsed by it, but I also feel like it's natural. Normal. Okay, so actually, not potential doppelganger, but maybe it's like the situation where it's a demon inside the mirror. Because I did see actually another movie. I'm gonna mention a lot of movies. Where it was twin girls. Only one of the twins, I think, either died in the womb or died during birth, so she was never actually had a life. But her soul seems to be trapped in the mirror, and eventually she takes control of the twin's body. And then, of course, she's completely not a sociopath. Maybe that's the situation here. Maybe this demon or entity or potential twin is just trying to take over our body and commit very heinous crimes. What are you doing to me? You don't need to worry about that. You won't have to suffer much longer. Before long, you will be rejoicing. You felt it. The thrill. The adrenaline. I try to scream, but no sound comes out. The piece of the puzzle suddenly fits, and now I understand. My memories, my name, everything would eventually turn to mist. And to replace it, something unrelenting, unstoppable, and ignoto bleeds through the cracks. Little by little. And to the one truly behind the mirror. Do you naively think you're safe? Do you think you're not part of this? Live your life, agonizing every day, not knowing when I will find you. Okay. I know I've mentioned a lot of theories of what I think is going on. So I had either doppelganger, with a victim escaping, with a killer pretending to be a victim escaping. But what I think I think is going on is I think we are the last girl standing, but not in the sense that we've just survived, in the sense that we have survived previously, and whatever we experienced was so traumatic it literally fractured our minds, and so now we've got the separate entity behind the mirror, which is essentially the dark parts of us that are trying to take over, and us then rejecting everything in our life from our name to our experiences. Because it is actually like the movie Last Girl Standing, where she's so traumatized by the events that happened, she starts seeing villains and slasher killers everywhere, and she herself becomes a slasher villain. That's what I think is going on here. But then again, I will gladly accept demon entity in the mirror trying to take over. That is also acceptable to me. If you enjoyed your time here, I'd greatly appreciate you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Over there, it was Spooky Day, and I'll catch you next time, guys.